Hi everyone, it's Tara. I'm back for a little bit. So I wanted to talk about some new stuff that I had bought like a while ago, and I'm just now like getting into like doing the reviews or just my impressions of it. So one of them is this Estee Lauder Eau de Private Collection Spray. So this is the new like a reformulation of the older Eau de Parfum. I think it was Eau de Privé or something like that, Estee Lauder. So I think this might have been one of Estee Lauder's like favorite perfumes or something. It's like a private collection, and I remembered really liking it when I was younger, because at our Macy's, we had a whole wall of Estee Lauder perfumes, and I remember when I went to spray that one day that I smelled this like 30 years ago or 20 years ago. It was a standout. I remember thinking, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised by this. The other standout was Alliage, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is so bitter and so green and so dry. But yeah, that the impression remained with me many years. And now that I'm getting older, I'm trying to revisit a lot of the perfumes that I smelled when I was a in my youth, and trying to see what my impression of them is today. And so yeah, I went to Fragnet and I bought this. It's very cheap. It was not expensive at all. So I think like Estee Lauder perfumes have maybe kind of like fallen off the high tier like kind of platform, and which is not good for the image, I guess. And I'm kind of scared for the continuation of these type of perfumes, but they're good for like people like me that want to experience like the perfumes of their youth and some, more vintage perfumes without having to spend a fortune. Yeah, I do know that there are perfume houses that do like neoclassics, meaning they're using today's technology to sort of revisit the older perfumes of yesteryear, but they cost a lot of money. And this is like the original, so why not just buy the original, even though it's reformulated? So what I really liked about this is that um, it has a really bright citrus and honeysuckle and jasmine like top notes. It also has coriander, which I kind of dread, but in this, for some reason, it's not heavy-handed, to a way where it smells really dank and too herbal. It has orange blossom ylang ylang, so it's like kind of like a green chypre, but it's bright as well. The citruses are very good. So is the honeysuckle. I really like how Estee Lauder does honeysuckle. And as a matter of fact, when I was many, many years ago, they had this limited edition honeysuckle perfume. And the honeysuckle perfume was in this opaque, like pastel green bottle, and it was like plastic, you know what I mean? But the bottle was really cool. It was like a retro, like kind of 60s kind of vibe, and it was so amazing. And I really, really like the scent. Unfortunately, um, I had back then uh, I didn't know how to distance myself from smelling too much perfumes, and I didn't realize that, you know, perfumes, you have to be careful by not overspraying, not overindulging, not mixing up the perfumes, and actually, trying to distance yourself when your nose gets overwhelmed so you don't develop a bad allergy and start hating perfumes. So I had that bad reaction to it at one point because I was just overindulging, and I thought that the perfume had gone bad. I thought I was having, bad reactions because of that reason. So I went and sold it. and now I'm kicking myself because I kind of want it back. But anyways, that note was a honeysuckle note, and I love honeysuckle. I never even knew what honeysuckle was for the longest time, but I really like it. And this one, while honeysuckle is not a star, it does kind of play into it with having like a sunny, sort of lightly honeyed vibe. But the thing I like about this is for an old 80s perfume, it's not too much. It's not too rich, it's not too coriandery, it's not too green, it's not dry, you know what I mean, in a bad way. It's slightly kind of like clean, but not soapy clean. And yeah, I do like this a lot. I think this is a very good composition, and I'm really glad that even though the times are not with it, you know what I mean? Nowadays, it's not on trend, but it's still a great composition, and it's hanging in there, you know? So I'm very grateful to be able to get this. Although I would like to try the original. Um, to see the differences in comparison. I read on Fragrantica that the older one, uh, the top notes in this new version lasted longer than the old version. The old version had a much warmer sort of sandalwoody background that was more, I think, more stable, maybe. Or is it just more warm because, like, it's older and the top notes tend to dissipate faster? So, I would really like to have, like, this in a pure perfume formula to see what it could be, you know what I mean? That would be really nice. And, I think back then they did have this in a pure perfume. I remember smelling this in Estée. I think that might have been Estee Lauder's own personal, perfume, if I'm not mistaken. I might be. But that and Estée, like, really stuck in my mind. Yeah, so anyways, I'd just like to talk about this, and, yeah, if you like to get your nose on this, there's Estee Lauder counters, um, at the department stores, so, yeah, check it out. It's for an for a vintage one, it's not one of those really dark, dank vintage ones, nor is it super hyper floral, like overwhelming floral like Giorgio or Oscar or anything like that. It's got enough strength to it, but I think this is actually a really delightful, tender type formula. Yeah, but so anyways, just wanted to share with you. This is Estee Lauder's um, Eau de Private Collection. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.